Hey, how's it going? I just quickly wanted to say it's really good for me and probably for you too to make acquaintance with family members who live overseas. Just drop them a message on Facebook and say, hey, I'm heading over to United States for Christmas and wanted to pop by and say good day. And it's actually really good because it kind of feels good in your soul to know you've got places all around the world where you can kind of run to if the shit hits the fan. And also, it's good to hang out with people of different age groups, like people who are just 5 years older than you, or 8 years younger. They have such a different perspective on things. Like with the internet and stuff, the world's changing so quickly. Like I just yesterday I was having this thought about how each decade in the last century, from the 40s to the 90s, each decade was so succinct. But now the world changes so quickly. Hanging out with people and having a yarn with people who are like just a bit different to you in age group, you can learn so much, especially younger. Like you can learn a lot from them. I'm 33, and even just 25-year-olds, they're so different. They just have so much more of like the internet lingo. They've just been so like a high. They've got so much information in their brain, and older people, they've got like they're better at long-term connections with people. And they have like more sayings and they know more like things about culture, whereas obviously younger people, they know more about internet culture as opposed to like just their distinct, like their heritage, because obviously people who are like 5-10 years older, people who are like in their 40s, their parents would have been older. They would have been closer to the country you're in before it got hit by globalization. Because these days, most of the world kind of has like a Judeo-Christian, Californian, New Age philosophy to it. So it's got that combination of like these Judeo-Christian values, but then it also has these kind of super progressive, violent, sexual Hollywood influences too, because a lot of the places in the world are so poor, but they've still got a TV. And that's not by chance. It's because for decades and decades, television has been a way to install similar values to the subconscious mind of the viewer. And television is one of the most unique pieces of art because you're so relaxed and tired. I feel like when you come home from work and you're tired and your coffee's worn off, you've just done a big job, you're more susceptible to whatever you're watching. Like you kind of can't have a resistance. Like me, in the beginning of the day, if I was to get into a academic debate with someone, then I'd be really sharp and I'd be really respecting my thoughts and quite assertive. But then at night, when I'm really tired, I'd just be like having to take more time to think about each decision, each retaliation and conversation, because I'd just be more fatigued and just not as sharp and kind of weak. And so if they were more alert than me, then they'd be able to dominate me, So just be mindful of that. You are more susceptible to the subliminal programming and propaganda of film, television, and phone use these days. Not television, it's phone use. So just to unrelate a quick side topic is that, when you're really fatigued, you can kind of be more susceptible to some of the algorithmic dark programming of these devices. Like it's not by accident that these kind of degenerate, like fucking lowbrow, like really violent pranking videos, like just meaningless videos of boys and like kind of sexual videos of women. They are promoted algorithmically because it's kind of like a form of weaponry from overseas, from China, to make the Western culture kind of lazy and stupid, because we're in competition. They call it a race because it's competition, right? Chinese, they are trying to beat the Western world. And it's not about color. It's not about skin color. It's about ideology. So a lot of the Western world, including the American Empire, the British Empire, the French, Russian Empire, Germanic, they have a set of values that differs collectively from Eastern Chinese ideology. And naturally, they're in their own best interest. It's logical to look out for your own people. It makes sense for China to look out for the Chinese. But also, it's bigger than that too. I think there's people calling the shots, a select few people. You're talking people who own the private companies that print out money, like people who are like trillionaires. I'm not talking about these rich Saudi trillionaires from oil. I'm talking people who create the whole system that creates currency. There's people out there that are so rich that they don't feel pleasure over something like smashed avocado and a nice sunset and a beautiful live music concert and a bike ride by the beach and the gorges and all the untamed nature and beautiful women and the smile of a child and chocolate pudding and lobster bisque. This doesn't actually give some certain really rich people satisfaction. So what they do is they kind of play chess with the human race. Have a good day.